guys, how are you? And it's Suku founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions. It's 3:37 p.m. October 21st. I'm gonna let you guys in on another consultation. This is actually a very funny consultation. And just also show you how all these credit repair companies in Brooklyn, New York are scamming people. Okay, so let's get into this consultation. I'll bring the client on the line. You guys are here. What we're talking about. I'll move the phone closer. Elsie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So let's recap because the call got dropped. Let's recap of what we spoke about. One, do you remember the company? Like I said, the company that worked on this credit. Do you know who was the company that worked on this credit for you?
It wasn't a company.
Well, the person name, the person name.
Yeah, because when I was trying to buy a house, building, my mortgage guy gave me her number, and then and she's the one who did what. She helped me make it to 7 something.
But where's the mortgage on the credit report? I don't see a mortgage.
I mean, I didn't get a house.
Okay, you didn't get the house. Okay.
Of my statute.
Got it.
But
Okay.
I was about to buy it, and
okay.
Because I wasn't a citizen, they denied me.
Okay. So just to recap, all the stuff that she did on here with the fraud affidavit, she basically wiped this report and messed up the whole report with all the data. Second of all, the report is inflated with a bunch of trade lines that's not yours, that's expired. Okay? Third, you have a fraud affidavit in the credit bureaus claiming things was fraud. Now, your score dropped because of your auto loan. And let me explain something to you. Let me just grab a pen and paper. You took out an auto loan from Capital One. Grab my pen. Hold on one second. You have to get out of this auto loan. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you. You took out an auto loan from Capital One for $49,830. Okay, that was the total amount you took out. Your monthly payment is $993. Okay. You took out this auto loan in 2021 June. So June 6/21 to 6/22 is 12 months. 6/22 to 6/23 is 12 months. 6/23 to 6/24 is 12 months. 6/24 to 6/25 is 12 months. Okay? So that's 12, 24, 36, 48 months you've paid this auto loan for. Okay? So you've paid this auto loan for 48 months at $993. 48 times $993. You have already paid $47,000 on this auto loan. Yet you still owe $23,307. By the time you finish paying this loan off, plus $23,307, you've paid $70,000 for this car. What kind of car are you paying $70,000 for?
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, the numbers are on your credit report. I'm looking at the credit report. So if you're looking at the credit report, I'm getting all this off of your credit report. Are you looking at the credit report to see that?
Yeah.
So,
okay, the story with my car is this. I was trying to pay it off, and then she was telling me that it's good to have, because I feel I want to have like an 800 credit score or whatnot. She say it's good to have that trade line. It's good to have my an auto loan like that because it helps even the bank see that, okay, you're paying on, you have a big loan or whatever. I don't know.
No, what she told you is completely inaccurate.
That will help you to build credit.
Let me explain something to you how credit is built. Credit is built on revolving an installment, okay? 1 second. Credit. Okay. Credit is built on revolving and installments. So on a 100% scale, installment is 40% of your score. The reason why? If you don't pay your auto loan back or you don't pay the loan back for the collateral, they can take the collateral back. 60% of it is built on credit cards. Why is it that way? It's because the bank is giving you a credit card with X amount of dollars, with no collateral, unsecured, hoping that you paid back on the honor system, revolving credit. That's why it's this. That's the scale and the ratio. What this person is telling you, don't even know one squat. She's just another scamming company out there, or scamming person hustling people. Because if you do the numbers and you look at your credit report, you pay $900. What kind of car do you have, by the way?
I guess a Charger. That's all.
A Dodge Charger. What's the miles on that car?
I think ST something.
No, the miles is how much?
The model?
The miles.
I don't know. It's a brand new car. It was a brand new car in 2021.
Okay, yeah. Right, so the loan was 49. You already paid 47,664. You owe another 23,000. Do you see where I'm going with the numbers?
Yeah. I perfectly understand.
So the issue of this late payment is not the problem. You have a bigger problem. This whole credit is messed up. And whatever this person was doing with all these trade lines she was adding on here, she just hustled you. How much did you end up paying for these trade lines to begin with?
I think altogether, because she knew the mortgage guy, so she wasn't really, because I think they were going to take the mortgage together. So I don't know.
I would love to know who this person is and make sure she gives you your money back. She basically scammed you. And is she the one that's telling you she's going to get you funding?
Yeah, so she can get me funding.
So let me explain to you how this funding thing works. Because again, these non-educated people out here running their mouth talking about, and I have to speak this way about it because it's such a scam. And it just gets under my skin with all these people being scammed, especially the people that don't know what they're doing. So basically, like I said, if you want to get lines of credit under your business, you have a sneaker business. Your business has to be registered properly with Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, Experian Business. The foundation of the business information has to be legit across the board. It has to be reading the same data across the board. You have to have a score between 0 and 100. You want to be at an 80%. 80 score, paydex score 80. Because that's a comfortable number. Now, in the first year, you're going to be able to get credit cards. Now, those credit cards are dependent on your personal credit. Even though they're not going to be reported on your personal credit, the banks are going to look at your personal credit. So your personal credit needs to be at a 720. But not with all this nonsense that's on here. It has to be a clean, solid report with your data. Right? Then, you get credit cards for your business and you can grow it that way. To get loans and lines of credit from the bank, you have to show a profit or loss statement and a tax return showing that the company is running at a profit, not a loss. Because if you want to go to the bank and get a $300,000 line of credit, and you're showing the company's running at a loss, how are you going to pay the loan back? No bank in this earth is going to give you a loan. You can't show how you're going to pay it back. Especially more so now than before COVID, pre-COVID. Right? So that's another conversation we need to have. But the credit has to get fixed. And this thing about people giving you funding, and like I said, if you go to a bank and you apply for a loan under your business, the banks don't charge you 5-10% fee for doing the loan, correct? It's only the hood scammers that are telling you on the streets, oh, we charge 5% to get you a loan, which all you're going to do is run your information through credit cards. That's why they wipe out the increase on your credit report. That's why she filed a fraud affidavit. That's why half of the accounts on your credit report are not reporting properly. So your whole credit has to be rebuilt the right way. There's like so much issues. All this stuff has to come off. You got to get rid of that fraud affidavit in the credit bureau because it's not a legit fraud affidavit. And then you got to decide what you want to do with this car because like I said, by the time you finish paying for this car, I'm pretty sure if you go to Kelley Blue Book, that car is not even worth $40-something thousand. So this whole credit has to get rebuilt from scratch, rebuilt the right way. So I wouldn't be worried about a late payment on your and the reason why the late payment is affecting you is because it's like, put it this way, you have a white t-shirt and only a red stain on it. That's all you're gonna see, that red stain. You lost almost 80 points for that. And then look at
we get that late fee removed.
You can't. First off, you can't get it removed because let me ask you something. When you made the payment, did you make the payment late?
Yeah, but remember you were telling me that there's a way that you can call the bank.
Right. There's a one-time courtesy, but Capital One is not going to remove it. Subprime banks wouldn't do anything in your favor. It's a subprime bank. Capital One is a subprime bank. They charge you a fee. That's how these guys make their money. They're not going to remove it. And what I told you when I spoke to you, I was like, you don't need to hire a company to write a good faith letter. You can do it yourself. Google a good faith letter. But now that I see the late payment on which bank it is, don't even waste your time. It's not going to work. They're not going to remove it. So you have to make a decision, a sound decision. Do you keep this car, get rid of this car, fix your credit the right way, and get yourself into a decent loan where you're not upside down?
Okay. I'm going. So, like, would the history of the payment of that will also be gone if I paid at all?
Well, no, we can just keep the thing is you can keep the auto loan. As time progresses, the late payment is not gonna affect it no more. But if you rebuild the credit the right way and get your own trade lines, your own credit cards, use it the right way, then all of that stuff is gonna go it's not gonna hurt the credit that much. But the credit has to be rebuilt the right way.
Hold on, hypothetically, if it was paid off today, for example,
Uh-huh.
and then paid off, and you were saying you can wipe it off, you can take it off the report if it's paid off. But then how do I now build this credit to
So we have to rebuild this credit for you. We have to wipe out all this stuff that you have here. You can leave the auto loan. I would leave it for now. If you're gonna keep this car, because it's not like you want to keep this car, you don't mind paying double for a car. That's not worth it. So
So I
you
think I just paid it off then.
I wouldn't pay it off. Now, I wouldn't pay it off yet. I wouldn't pay it off yet. I mean, if you do you have the funds to pay it off?
No, but I can like ask, because it's not just mine, it's just with my brother, so if you can.
Okay. If you can get the funds to pay it off, I would. That I would definitely pay it off because of the interest rate. But I would just leave it. I want to remove it from the credit. I would just rebuild the credit around it because you do have a good amount of history on it, so we can save that to rebuild the credit. But all this other stuff on here has to come off the credit. I actually made a mistake just now telling him not to pay it off. I meant to say pay it off. Sorry about that, guys.
I don't know, you have to some mechanism in place to close it. And then to get you at 800, how would they?
I wouldn't be worried. So I wouldn't so worry about an 800 credit score. I would just try to get the credit score to 740. Learn how to build it. The problem is you don't know how to build your credit. So even if you get the 800, it's not going to stay there. It takes a lot of work to maintain an 800 credit score. It takes a lot of work. It takes about a good year and a half for you to maintain an 800 credit score. I would just focus on getting it to like a 740, 750, and maintaining it from there and let it slowly go up to the 800. If I get you to 800 in 30 days, you wouldn't know how to maintain it. It's not easy to maintain that kind of score. There's a lot of work that goes into maintaining that score. Utilization, inquiries, how many inquiries you have on your credit, how many credit cards you have, the kind of credit cards you have. All of that stuff goes into effect. How you cycle your credit card payments, how you cycle the credit card utilization. All that goes into effect on how to maintain an 800 credit score. It's not just get that 800. So I wouldn't be focusing on that. It takes time to get there. And from the looks of things, even if I get you to that 800 credit score, just looking at this credit report and all the decisions you've been making and all the stuff you've been leaving people has been telling you, you won't be able to maintain an 800 credit score. It'll drop right back down. So I'd rather put it at 750 and have you build it up organically than put it at an 800 and have it just fall down. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't even do it, It wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
But all this stuff on here has to get fixed. You have a credit card for $700, but yet here's the funny thing about this. This is how funny this looks. You have a credit card for Credit One with a credit limit of $750, but you have someone else's trade line for $7,000 that's closed off. What was the point of the trade line if you wouldn't have a $750 credit limit?
No, don't pay.
So
okay. It's 800. It's one.
obviously you can tell this guy's confused and this time it's okay.
So what would you suggest then on
If you can pay off the auto loan, if you can pay off the auto loan, remove all this nonsense that this person put on this credit report. Because as you look at the report, you can see even the reporting is not correct. It's hit or miss, hit and miss, hit and miss. There's no consistency on this credit report. That's why the scores are so all over the place too. And then we build this credit and apply for your own credit card. We will tell you what credit cards to apply for. Then we will tell you how to use it for 3 months. Then we'll tell you what to do next. You don't do anything until we tell you what to do. So basically, like we're rebuilding this credit from scratch. Like you just got your social security number. And this whole thing with funding and what everybody's running their mouth on the streets of Brooklyn and Queens, telling you I can get you funding. Don't get caught up in that nonsense. It's all a scam. Like I said, what they're doing, you could do it yourself.
That's the thing. Yeah, because they were saying like you can do because they have like the banks that approve you with uh, just a 757 credit score with no deposit down, no interest for 1 year, and they can pay interest after that. So,
Let me tell you something, man. After COVID, things have changed so much with these banks. These banks are tightened up. They tighten up their belt. They're not just running out credit like that. They're so strict with their underlying process.
Okay.
They're gonna get you a credit card for like maybe what $5,000 from a non-name brand bank, and then charge you 10%. Oh, you owe me 10% for that card. That's it. You'll never hear from them. I see it all happen all the time to our clients.
Okay. Okay. So what's the steps now that we need to
All right,
take
give me a second. Hold on one second.
after paying off this thing?
1 second. Hold on. Give me a second here. All right, guys. So you guys heard it. What this guy is going through. Not a customer that got taken advantage of in streets of New York. And I'm surprised the mortgage companies refer people to them. That just goes to show you what I said in other videos. You got to be careful. These mortgage companies and these real estate people and these credit pickers, they're all in cahoots. Everybody's making money off of you because they're all running a scam together. All right? You heard it. He's saying, you heard the client say what happened. I called him out on that call exactly what I said, and he said, yeah, that's what happened. So be careful on who you're listening to fix your credit. A lot, actually not a lot. All these people out here don't know their ass from their foot. Just running their mouth to scam you to get money. If you have any questions, comments, drop it below. I'll get back to you. Talk to you soon. Have a good day.